In a poignant tale of empathy and unexpected kindness, Valerie Watts, a young mother from Kokadu, Minnesota, faced the heart-wrenching reality of losing her son, Noah, who tragically passed away in her womb just days before her due date. Struggling with the aftermath of this devastating loss, Valerie found herself grappling with the dilemma of what to do with her son's belongings, including an entire nursery that had been meticulously prepared for Noah's arrival. For over a year, Noah's room remained untouched, a painful reminder of the baby who never got to call it home. Eventually, Valerie decided to part with some of Noah's belongings and organized a yard sale. Among the items was the crib she had so eagerly anticipated using when welcoming her son. It was a moment of profound emotional significance as Valerie reluctantly agreed to sell the crib, the last physical connection to her lost child. Enter Gerald Kumpula, a man with plans for the crib but unaware of the heart-wrenching story behind it. Gerald, without hesitation, inquired about the crib's price and struck a deal with Valerie. Little did he know, this transaction would lead to a remarkable act of compassion that would touch Valerie's heart in ways she never anticipated. As Gerald and his wife made their way home with the crib, Valerie shared Noah's story with Gerald's wife. The revelation was a turning point as the couple realized the profound meaning the crib held for Valerie. In a heartfelt decision, Gerald resolved to transform the crib into something more than just a piece of furniture. Utilizing his carpentry skills, Gerald turned the crib into a beautiful bench, a thoughtful creation meant to honor Noah's memory. Understanding that Valerie couldn't keep the crib in its original form, Gerald's act of kindness added a new purpose to the piece, allowing Valerie to have a tangible and comforting connection to her lost child. Days later, Gerald returned to Valerie's home with the transformed crib, now a bench, and presented it as a gift. Valerie, overwhelmed with emotion, began to cry at the sight of this unexpected gesture. The bench became a symbol of compassion, a testament to the fact that even in the face of immense grief, there are individuals like Gerald who go above and beyond to offer solace and support to those who have experienced profound loss. This heartwarming story serves as a reminder that amidst life's challenges, there are compassionate strangers who can bring unexpected joy and comfort. Gerald's act of kindness not only transformed a painful memory into a heartwarming reminder for Valerie but also showcased the inherent goodness that exists in people, proving that, indeed, there are many caring souls in the world. Next, let's enjoy a story that is similar to this one together. In the seemingly picturesque life of Rebecca Logan, a dedicated mother and pediatric nurse practitioner, an unexpected storm was brewing. Married for 7 years, Rebecca had built what she believed to be an idyllic life with her husband and their adorable 3-year-old daughter in a dream home in a gated suburb near Jacksonville Beach, Florida. Rebecca, having successfully navigated the challenges of finishing graduate school with a newborn, finally secured her dream career. Her days were filled with the joy of being a loving wife and mother in the house she had always envisioned. However, the illusion of this perfect life shattered one Monday afternoon. The family had just celebrated their daughter's 3rd birthday with a grand luau-themed party. Little did Rebecca know that this joyous occasion would soon be overshadowed by an unforeseen crisis. Returning home from work a couple of days after the celebration, Rebecca was met with a scene of disbelief. The presents from the birthday bash and all her personal belongings were callously discarded in the yard, as if they were mere trash. To make matters worse, the locks of her own home had been changed, leaving her stranded outside, confused and desperate for answers. Rebecca discovered that they were facing eviction due to 3 months of unpaid rent. Perplexed, as she had always been diligent in contributing to the household expenses, she confronted her husband. It was during this confrontation that Rebecca uncovered a betrayal that would leave her reeling. Despite consistently providing her husband with money for rent and living expenses, Rebecca learned that their financial situation was dire. The very person she trusted to manage their affairs had let them fall behind, leaving her in a state of shock and helplessness. As she sought an explanation from her husband, his silence was deafening. Rebecca felt as though she had been stabbed repeatedly, each question met with an emptiness that deepened her despair. The pain she experienced was likened to trying to stop the bleeding from multiple wounds, her world unraveling in slow motion. Rebecca's life, once filled with dreams and aspirations, now hung in the balance. The love she thought would Conquer all had turned into a bitter reality that would force her to confront the harsh truths hidden beneath the surface of her seemingly perfect marriage. In the wake of the turmoil that unfolded in Rebecca Logan's life, she resolved to unravel the mysteries that had turned her once promising existence into a nightmare. It all began with a growing suspicion fueled by her husband's erratic sleep patterns, unexplained weight loss, and his evasive behavior, often leaving home without his family. Rebecca couldn't shake off the oddity of her husband consistently parking his car in the guest parking spaces rather than the driveway. Alarmed by these signs, she delved deeper into her concerns, leading her to make a shocking discovery within the confines of his vehicle. As she meticulously searched, she stumbled upon empty pill bottles and discarded beer cans, revealing a concealed substance abuse problem. However, the unsettling revelations didn't end there. Rebecca, determined to unearth the truth, continued her search and opened the trunk, only to be confronted by a trove of hidden secrets. Years' worth of mail, addressed to her, lay strewn across the trunk: bills, collection agency notices, birthday cards, and more. Her husband had been meticulously hiding his financial deceit, a revelation that left Rebecca perplexed and hurt. The unfolding narrative took an even darker turn when Rebecca realized that her husband had not only concealed his financial misdeeds but had been living a double life. In addition to his substance abuse and financial dishonesty, he had lied about his military service, education, and employment. Throughout their 7-year marriage, devastated by the layers of deception, Rebecca bared her soul, admitting, "I have been living nothing but lies for almost a decade of my life." She grappled with the realization that her husband had taken advantage of her trust, using her money for personal needs while keeping her in the dark about his true identity. The gut-wrenching truth didn't stop there. In an agonizing twist, Rebecca discovered that her husband had been leading a dual marital life, with another wife and daughter. Unbeknownst to her, the weight of betrayal hit her with full force, and she questioned how life could be so cruel. Confronting her deceitful husband proved futile, as he callously abandoned Rebecca and their daughter, offering no explanations or closure. Left alone in the midst of this upheaval, Rebecca and her daughter faced an uncertain future. However, adversity became the catalyst for Rebecca's transformation. Recognizing that she and her daughter were now on their own, she summoned newfound strength and resilience. The ordeal, though painful, marked the beginning of a journey towards healing and self-discovery for Rebecca as she navigated the aftermath of a shattered marriage and the reconstruction of her life. In the aftermath of her shattered marriage, Rebecca Logan found herself in a hotel room, tasked with rebuilding her life from scratch. The abrupt shift from the idyllic beach life in Florida to the harsh reality of her hometown in Tennessee was a stark contrast, exacerbated by the bitter cold of a March snowstorm. Determined to weather the storm, both metaphorically and literally, Rebecca went to great lengths to provide for her and her daughter's immediate needs. In the face of adversity, Rebecca adopted a resilient spirit, referring to their situation as a vacation, to shield her daughter from the harsh realities they were facing. Yet, beneath her brave facade, Rebecca struggled with the loss of the life she had meticulously built over the years. Nights were filled with silent tears as she grappled with the weight of her broken dreams. The decision to return to her parents' house, despite the heartache it brought, marked a turning point for Rebecca. The familiar surroundings of her childhood bedroom became both a refuge and a reminder of a life left behind. Battling the emotional toll of her failed marriage, Rebecca faced the daunting task of rebuilding not only her life but also her credit, burdened by debts her fraudulent ex-husband had left in her name. Amidst the loneliness of her new reality, Rebecca sought solace in reconnecting with old friends in town. Little did she know that a seemingly casual conversation with a high school friend would set the stage for a remarkable twist of fate. Playfully inquiring about hot single dads, Rebecca's friend surprisingly provided a name, Stephen. Curiosity led Rebecca to embark on a virtual quest, scouring social media to find Stephen. To her amazement, she discovered that Stephen was not just a single dad but also shared a similar parenting journey with a daughter of the same age as her own. Fate took a surprising turn when Rebecca's mother recognized Stephen's daughter through a connection with Stephen's ex-wife's sister, who happened to be her hairdresser. Encouraged by this serendipitous connection, Rebecca cautiously reached out to Stephen. Their initial interactions, both through texts and calls, paved the way for a meeting that held the promise of new beginnings. As they spent time together, Rebecca found herself smitten, grappling with the fear of trusting again after the betrayal she had endured. However, Stephen proved to be different, transparent about his life. He shared his financial records and personal details to rebuild the trust shattered by Rebecca's previous experience. Their connection deepened, and a genuine love blossomed between them. The single parents became inseparable, and their daughters formed a bond that mirrored the love growing between Rebecca and Stephen. Overcoming skepticism and fears, Rebecca and Stephen defied expectations, culminating in a heartfelt proposal on a significant date, August 15th, in a small and intimate ceremony. They exchanged vows, creating a new family from the ashes of their pasts. Together, they moved into a small house, navigating the challenges of blending their lives and families. Their commitment to each other endured, leading to a larger home and the joyous addition of a new family member, their own child. The couple faced scrutiny and skepticism about the speed of their union, but they stood united, confidently smiling at each other when questioned about their unconventional love story. Despite the ongoing challenges with ex-spouses and custody battles, Rebecca and Stephen remain resolute in their determination to build a life filled with love and stability for their blended family. Their story is a testament to the power of resilience, second chances, and the unexpected beauty that can emerge from the ruins of a broken past. As they continue to face life's adversities together, Rebecca and Stephen stand firm in their belief that, in the end, love conquers all. Take a break and follow me into the next story. As Derek strolled through the blistering heat towards the veterinary pharmacy, his commitment to animal welfare remained unwavering. His childhood passion for animals had led him to volunteer at a local shelter, where he devoted countless hours to caring for the furry inhabitants, despite his own family's financial constraints preventing him from having a pet of his own. Derek found solace and purpose in helping those animals in need. One scorching day, as he approached the pharmacy's entrance, a faint whimper caught Derek's attention. Intrigued, he turned to investigate the source and, to his dismay, discovered a dog locked inside a sweltering SUV. Concerned for the distressed canine, Derek embarked on a mission to rescue it. Despite attempts to locate the absent car owner, Derek found himself at a crossroads. Fueled by the urgency to save the trapped dog, he resorted to breaking the car window, oblivious to the repercussions that awaited him. Little did he know that his good intentions would soon lead to an unexpected twist of events. Derek gently coaxed the panting dog out of the stifling vehicle, expressing both relief and determination to ensure the animal's well-being. Rushing to the nearby animal shelter, Derek sought immediate veterinary attention for the dehydrated canine. The vet confirmed that Derek's timely intervention had indeed saved the dog from the brink of suffocation. Grateful for Derek's actions, the veterinarian commended him for his compassion. However, the story took an unexpected turn when a disgruntled car owner appeared at the pharmacy. A middle-aged man, irate and accusatory, confronted Derek for breaking his car window and purportedly stealing his dog. Undeterred, Derek calmly explained his altruistic motive, revealing that he had taken the dog to the shelter for necessary care. Despite Derek's efforts to clarify the situation, the car owner remained indignant, dismissing the young volunteer's intentions as lies. In the aftermath, the shelter staff and veterinarian corroborated Derek's story, acknowledging the teenager's heroic act of rescuing the dog from a perilous situation. Despite the man's vehement protests, Derek's selfless deed prevailed, earning him praise and respect from the shelter community for his unwavering dedication to animal welfare. Despite Derek's heroic act of saving the distressed dog, the repercussions of his actions weighed heavily on his conscience. When he shared the incident with his mother, expecting understanding and support, she expressed concern over the consequences of breaking the car window. "I couldn't leave the dog to die in there, Mom," Derek earnestly explained to his mother, trying to convey the urgency of the situation. However, his mother, apprehensive about the car owner's potential anger, insisted that he shouldn't have taken such drastic measures. As days passed, the situation took a turn for the worse. A week later, upon returning from the animal shelter, Derek was confronted with a disheartening reality. A court notice: the car's owner had filed a lawsuit against them, citing damages to his expensive vehicle. Derek's mother, filled with worry over the impending legal battle and the financial burden it brought, reiterated her earlier concerns. "I told you, Derek, you shouldn't have broken the window. How will we pay this huge fine? We don't even have enough money to make ends meet," she lamented. Recognizing the gravity of the situation, Derek read the court notice with a heavy heart. Despite feeling guilty about damaging the car, he couldn't shake off the belief that saving the dog had been the right thing to do. Determined to fight the legal battle, Derek and his mother sought assistance from a lawyer, who offered his services without charge. The lawyer emphasized the importance of evidence to bolster their case. Without proof that the dog had been left in the car for an extended period, Derek could be held responsible for the damages. This revelation heightened Derek's sense of responsibility, and he decided to take matters into his own hands. A visit to the shelter was interrupted by the pressing need to gather evidence. Spotting a CCTV camera in the pharmacy's parking lot, Derek saw an opportunity to vindicate himself. Racing to the security room, he requested the footage from the relevant day, hoping it would prove the dog had been in distress for an extended period. Upon reviewing the security camera footage, Derek exclaimed, "Yes, I knew he was lying." The video clearly displayed the car owner leaving the dog unattended for more than an hour. Eager to secure the evidence, Derek requested a copy of the footage for legal purposes. Returning home with the obtained evidence, Derek shared the security camera footage with his mother, who, in turn, felt a surge of pride and relief. "I'm so proud of you," she exclaimed, realizing that their chance of winning the case had significantly improved. Armed with the crucial evidence, Derek and his mother presented the security camera footage to their lawyer, who strategically used it to dismantle the car owner's false claims. In the courtroom, the judge ruled in favor of Derek, acknowledging the evidence that proved the man's negligence. A few weeks later, justice prevailed, and animal welfare workers rescued the dog from the car owner's custody. The dog found refuge at the shelter where Derek worked, and the authorities directed that the canine be cared for until a suitable adoption could be arranged. Upon learning that the dog, now named Max, was at the shelter, Derek felt a deep connection and a desire to provide him a forever home. He approached his mother with a heartfelt request to adopt Max. Understanding her son's compassion for animals, she agreed, allowing Derek to keep Max as a reward for his kind deed. Overjoyed, Derek brought Max home, determined to provide the love and care the dog deserved. Despite the initial challenges, the family found a way to make it work, with Derek promising to seek help from the shelter managers to ensure Max's well-being. The poignant story teaches us valuable lessons. Good deeds, no matter the initial challenges, are often rewarded in unexpected ways. Derek's act of kindness, despite facing a court notice, eventually led to the rescue of the dog and a newfound furry family member. Additionally, the story highlights the importance of truth and evidence, emphasizing that lying to escape consequences may eventually catch up with individuals. In the end, justice prevailed, and Derek's compassionate actions were celebrated, reinforcing the notion that kindness and integrity are virtues that endure and bring fulfillment. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up so you won't miss any of our next videos. We'll be back with more stories as fast as we can.